Okay, wait for it. Okay, wait for it. Take my time. Go.
Well, hello, everybody, and good afternoon. We are in the Mall of Asia in Manila, the Philippines, for the third-place game between Canada and the United States. Canada winning the opening tip. You see Walker Kessler in that starting five today. So some rim protection. Jaren Jackson not available, obviously, and Dylan Brooks backs his way down and gets the first bucket of the game.
And Jeff, we've seen opponents target Brunson and Reeves in the post. Canada immediately gets the Brooks-Brunson matchup for an easy two.
Edwards goes baseline, and Kessler comes down with it, and he's fouled.
Jeff, within the game today, this is great experience for a player like Walker Kessler Jr. You know, the third center on the roster, ordinarily not going to have too many minutes. Now he's into the starting lineup, and the good thing for him is he's in a style of play or in an opposing style of play that he's going to be comfortable with playing against Canada.
So we're going to have already Bridges coming out of the game, and we don't know if he's ill, if he's hurt.
Looked like a cut, a bloody nose.
So, okay, he's got the towel up against his nose. So this could be a physical game, no doubt. Canada, a lot of incentive for this team today, without doubt. First time trying to get to the podium, and Brooks comes out and strokes the three-pointer.
You're going to see both teams in transition, run to the rim, fill the corners, and point guards try to pressure the rim. Great job there by Shea, finding teammate Brooks for the corner three, paint touch three.
Now, a blocking foul has been called. So 5-0 Canada.
Josh Hart drawing the initial matchup on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander for the United States.
Here's Ludort.
Great delivery there from Shea. Left-hand hook pass. Another paint touch three for Canada. Early execution, solid.
Austin Reeves.
And Jeff, I think we'll see Austin Reeves really respond. No player likes to be targeted. It looks like Reeves came up with an ankle. He's hobbled as he goes up and down the sideline here.
And Kessler throws it down.
Coach Kerr checking with Reeves, giving him the thumbs up. Reeves toughing it out right now, early going.
Barrett. Here's Powell. And look at Kessler's rim protection.
Really good defense there, handling the pick and roll, and
Edwards comes down. His attempt goes out. And this is going to be a fun game, isn't it?
both teams want to get up and down in transition. We know that.
There's the drive. Well, that's Kessler. That's what he brings to the table. That's what he's famous for, obviously, in his really just right at the start of his career.
And Jeff,
there's Bridges getting his treatment as well, so must have taken quite a knock.
So in the early going here, you're down 3 key players to begin with. One of your best two-way players gets a bloody nose, and then one of your scoring guards tweaks an ankle. A little early game adversity for the United States.
So at least he's able to come back into the game. Here goes Edwards. Passes it back outside to Bridges. Oh, the pass clanged off the rim. Look at Hart run the floor. Beautiful finish.
That was outstanding. Ball ahead in transition. He led Hart right to the rim, and Hart with a nice finish there.
Dylan Brooks, that looks good. It is. He has really responded the last 2 games, hasn't he?
Yeah, and there's a great contest there from Kessler, but if you're going to guard the pick and roll 2-on-2, we don't need to pull in as much.
And Barrett hits Brunson in the back.
You see Hart pulls in too deep, can't recover to contest.
You know that guy?
Nav Bhatia, Raptor super fan, and now Team Canada super fan.
So Hart's getting some treatment as well. USA getting blooded up here in the early going against Canada. Austin Reeves is going to come in. Let's see, So it's going to be Edwards, Kessler, Brunson, Bridges, and Reeves. Remember, no Ingram, no Banchero, and no Jackson.
Bridges now on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and he didn't get the block, but he affected the shot, Kessler. Dort, nice bounce pass.
And Jeff, what do we say? Saving the ball under our hoop. We want to throw it to the corner, not under the basket. Turnover.
Powell knocks it out of Brunson's hands. Now quickly up to Dort.
Great finish there from Dort.
Austin Reeves, that's good.
And you could hear the Canada defenders yelling, ice, 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 trying to keep the ball on the side. If the big's gonna stay low, Reeves can step right into a shot. He did it perfectly right there.
Gilgeous-Alexander, and despite Kessler being there, Gilgeous-Alexander able to extend his left arm and bank it in.
He went right into the shot blocker.
There goes Shai again. Dort. Brunson, another 2 for Brunson.
Does such a good job with body control.
Oh, Shai fell down, but was able to pass it over to R.J. Barrett. Drills the jumper. They weren't getting many open looks like that against Serbia, were they?
No, Serbia's defense really did a great job with ball pressure, physicality, and contesting.
Here's Dort, decides to drive, passes back outside. Shai on the way, and Reeves now has it taken away by Powell. Great play by Powell. Not to have the backcourt violation. Dort on target. Well, USA have seen enough. They're going to call timeout. And Mike, you know, it was really interesting, you know, to hear the various descriptions of the USA performance the other night against Germany. A lot of people taking issue with their defense. That's a great play by Powell.
But you know, Jeff, in 300 team or USA games with NBA players, the most points they've ever given up is 113, and that happened against Germany. The second most was the 110-point performance where Lithuania beat them. So in the last 2 games, you can argue that they did not defend. However, I think it's more about them trying to outscore people and play at pace.
Yeah, if you see Walt going to get blocks, we got to veer to his. Got to veer to his, because they're not going to finish over walk. Only Shea. Everybody else looking to kick out of that.
All right, here we go. Tyrese, Austin, Mikhail, and Bobby. All right? They got to feel us down there. We're going to blitz Shea the next time, Bobby, with you, with the 5-man. Okay?
Let Powell come to you. You ain't got to go up high.
Yep.
Let him come to you.
Okay? Go. Angle pop. Angle pop.
So, Jeff, you heard the players discussing the veer. This is 2-on-2 covering the pick and roll. As the ball handler, Shea, gets into the paint, Walker Kessler wants to step to it. You see here passes that led to the basket, the team comparison. USA finishing plays well, Canada finishing plays well. Numbers 1 and 2 setting teammates up extremely well. But getting back to the defense, they want to try to guard 2-on-2, and the veer is an emergency switch as the shot blocker steps to the ball. They don't want to pull in off the three-point shooters, which we've seen Canada take advantage of early in the game.
Edwards, here's the jump shot.
Now they look for a trap on this next pick and roll with Shea, Gilgeous-Alexander, and Portis.
There goes RJ.
Great finish from Barrett again, getting a bucket.
Here's Portis. He gets rejected by Kelly Olynyk. And he goes right back at him.
You love the physicality that Portis brings.
Alexander Walker a little deep. RJ Barrett, and continues to shoot it well, RJ.
So again, Portis sits in a drop the last 2 plays.
Bounce pass. Oh boy, the back door, and then he's fouled by Dort. Melvin Edgeman's going to come in. So that was the foul that was called on Lou Dort. 3rd team foul. It's incredible if you think about it, Mike. I mean, it's the build-up to this tournament. You think you go back through all the qualifiers all over the world, you know, those various windows, various roster changes and shakeups and all those tough decisions that coaches have to make. And, you know, none of the USA players appeared in the qualifiers, did they?
No, the NBA seasons are going on, so you know they kind of piece together a roster in a short time. And again, as we said, this is a big disadvantage compared to the European teams that are together, developing their core and knowing how to play together.
Although there are windows where they could play in the summer. Now Olynyk spins, gets inside, banks it in.
And Jeff, again, it's been a constant theme when the USA switches, teams are targeting a matchup advantage with Reeves in the post. And if you're going to take a foul, don't take it like this. 2 hands, soft, easy finish for Olynyk. You've got to have more physicality. If that's the case, let him score and go attack down the other end. But, you know, you look at Reeves, he's a great player. He's outstanding talent. He's been targeted by a lot of these international teams. And again, you expect him to come out and really respond on the offensive end today.
There's the lob, and Portis decides to go old school and just the old school alley-oop.
And that's great decision-making from Portis. He didn't force a shot. He found a teammate to cooperate with and ended up with the pick-and-roll lob at the rim. There was an example of the switch we talked about.
Olynyk able to get it to Edgem, and he knocks it down.
And again, Jeff, defensive discipline. Hart has pulled in off his shooter twice in the early going here. If you're switching screens, you don't have to pull in and help.
Portis missing. USA down 13. Alexander Walker, and an offensive foul has been called. So it's on Olenek.
Olenek just tried to stop in the lane and set some traffic to get Nickel Alexander Walker to the rim. Too much contact for the officials.
Phil Scrubb also in the game for Canada, number 23. Cam Johnson coming into the game. Phil Scrubb has been one of these Canada players that just forever shows up for the national team. He played at the last World Cup.
Well, there's two Scrubb brothers that are really well respected. Thomas and here's Phil. Both have done really well internationally. Both also have played in the rising Canadian Elite Basketball League, which is, I think, a great development for the game, basketball in Canada. The Scrubb brothers have been a big part of the Niagara River Lions, Ottawa Blackjack teams.
And then they also play with leading clubs or big clubs in Europe.
Obradoiro at the ACB, for example.
The top, arguably the top league in Europe, Spain. I think people are coming around to understanding how good the game is in Europe. Here is Edgem having it knocked out of his hands by Halliburton. Reeves, oh, didn't turn it over.
A lot of time.
Halliburton to the corner, Cam Johnson. Portis. Boy, that was nice patience. Canada will try to hold it for one here, I'd assume. Portis is making a positive difference, isn't he? 6 points. Alexander Walker, and that's how it finishes. So Canada with a 9-point advantage, 34 points. Perhaps more questions being asked about the USA defense. I don't know.